Okay, so the yellow tips have been sprayed, and hopefully you can see that we've got a really nice faded yellow look. I like that kind of faded look, to be honest, to the tips of the props. So already the whole thing is beginning to look quite nice. And the next step is, just like we did with the spinner, is to kind of slightly distress the surface of the blades themselves. So again, we just take the old toothbrush and, in line with the airflow, just work the surface. Not mad, you don't want to break them, but reasonably firmly, just to begin that slightly distressed look. Again, it will slightly satin up the finish, which is fine, like that, for the blades anyway. And hopefully you can begin to see they've just got that slight kind of satin sheen coming up. Same on the back. Do the whole blade there, and that's that. So done a couple of stages so far, haven't we? Or three really. We've sprayed on the dark grey, sprayed the yellow tips, the slightly off yellow, the slightly toned down yellow, and now we've distressed the surface of the blades themselves. And then all that's left, and this is your choice entirely, is to decide how much, if any, chipping you want to apply to the blade at this stage. Well, for me, I think it is worth applying something. Again, given the theatre of operations, I think all the sand that's knocking about, it would kind of be bizarre that these blades wouldn't have chipped in some or scratched up at some level. Again, it's only 48 scale, so don't want to go too mad. So for me, the first thing to do is just take the edge of an ordinary graphite pencil and just slightly work that along the edge here of the blade, because what that does is just create that impression that this is a metal blade, not a wooden or any other type of blade. This is just a gentle part of the process. It's just along the edge, literally along that edge. Ooh. Go carefully, because you don't want to go kind of too mad and put loads and loads of other marks all over it. Well, not yet anyway. We'll get to that in a minute. So both edges, just steadily work round. Just slightly rotate it. You might need to rotate it 2 or 3 times just to get the proper edge coverage. This is the last one coming up. If you remember to count, you know you should have done this 6 times with, in effect, for the 3 blades, but there you go, front and back. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's about it from the edge point of view. And now all we need to do is just to add a little bit, I think, to the front. So look at the angle. So I'm just trying to remember how this goes now onto the real thing. I'm pretty sure it sits that way round, I think. Well, either way, just check which way round it goes, and then the sort of leading edge, in effect, would take a little bit more chipping than the trailing edge. And again, it's this sort of slightly stabbing type motion here, really. Now, the more you do this, you just build up more chip, and the less. Simple as that, really. A few little squiggles, chips along the front edge, and then on the actual blade itself. Don't want to kind of go too mad here, but I don't don't forget to include the yellow area as well. But that's the kind of thing. I don't know whether that's coming out. I hope you can see that. Get the idea? And you can just work away and do as much as you feel is appropriate. Again, some sort of reference to pictures is always going to be useful as photographs. Just have a look and see, well, you know, is there any kind of pattern that you've noticed on the real thing in terms of how they used to wear? But it's very much a personal preference thing, this, much or as little as you like. But as you can see, actually, it's quite quick. It doesn't take too long. And it's also important just to be random, completely random with it, because you're not going to get the same sort of chip in exactly on each blade. So try and be a bit random with it. Okay, so for one side, if I just try and hold that around and move it slightly, hopefully you can begin to see the effect. It is subtle. I mean, I think it is subtle. So unless you catch it full square in bright light, you're hardly going to notice it. But for me, that's exactly what I'm looking for in this scale. I don't need it. I didn't want to and don't want to go mad. I just want to create the effect of chipped propeller blade, and that's about it really. So hopefully that's about it. So what we'll do is I'll just finish doing the other side and I'll assemble it so you can see the whole thing together, and you can take a view and see what you think.